It was a lively Friday evening when Emily, my wife, insisted I join her at her company's annual gala. She smiled with a sweetness that felt almost rehearsed, assuring me, "You'll love meeting everyone." I agreed, dressing carefully, rehearsing the kind of polite chatter she would expect of me, determined to be the supportive husband at her side. The venue sparkled with chandeliers that scattered light across the room, laughter weaving with the delicate clinking of champagne glasses. At first, it all felt flawless. Emily was radiant, the center of attention, her laughter carrying through the crowd. I felt proud, watching her charm her colleagues with elegance and ease. But that pride faltered when I noticed a shift in her smile. Something subtle, something that unsettled me. I wandered toward the refreshments, scanning the clusters of people, until my gaze caught on her. Emily stood across the room, leaning close to a man I had never seen before. Their heads tilted together, voices low, sharing whispers only they could hear. And then in one crushing instant I saw it, her lips on his. A kiss so casual, so intimate, it was as if I didn't exist at all. The noise around me dissolved. The shimmering lights blurred. My body froze while my blood turned cold. Betrayal landed like a physical blow to my chest. I wanted to march across the room, to drag the truth into the open, to shout and demand answers. But something inside me held firm. I would not give her the spectacle she had already created. Not here. Not in front of strangers. So I stepped back, watching as they pulled away from each other, her hand brushing his arm with a tenderness that lingered too long. The scene etched itself into me, sharper than any knife. And instead of reacting with fury, I chose silence. I turned and walked out of that glittering hall, my step steady, my silence heavy with everything she had just destroyed. In the hallway, I stopped and breathed deeply, letting the initial surge of rage cool into something far more dangerous: clarity. I understood then that I didn't need a confrontation. My leaving would speak louder than any words ever could. Her betrayal had been public. Her consequences would be public too. By the next morning, my phone was flooded with her calls and messages. I ignored them all. Her emails came next, filled with excuses and attempts at reassurance, but I saw them for what they were: desperate attempts to patch up a truth that could never be undone. On the third day, her panic finally spilled into the physical world. She appeared at my office, then at my home, her apologies tumbling out as tears streaked her face. She called it a mistake, claimed it meant nothing, swore she loved me. I stood there, listening quietly, my expression unreadable. And when she was finished, I gave her nothing. My silence was sharper than anger, colder than rejection. It was final. Weeks slipped into months. She tried everything: lavish dinners, thoughtful gifts, heartfelt promises. But her efforts only confirmed what I already knew. Trust had been shattered, and it could not be rebuilt. I didn't want revenge, nor did I crave punishment. What I wanted was something purer: freedom, dignity, and truth. Eventually, I moved into a new place. I immersed myself in work, surrounded myself with friends whose loyalty was unquestionable. Emily's presence dwindled until she became little more than a memory, her betrayal a scar that no longer burned but reminded me of my own resilience. Looking back, that night at the gala is etched into my mind, not because of the pain it brought but because of the choice I made. I walked in as her husband, yet I walked out as a man who refused to be diminished by humiliation. I did not scream, I did not fight, I did not beg. My silence, my deliberate withdrawal, cut deeper than any argument could have. And in that silence, in that decision to walk away, I found something she could never take from me: my strength, my peace, and the freedom to live untouched by her lies.